Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Gamedec, hopefully getting towards the end. I know you're watching us shitheads, you saw what I did to those 3 people in this mess. Show yourselves or I'll put those fuckers down. I looked at the empty sky, there was nothing up there. Make the loops go fast? Ask him what he wants to do. What's your plan? What do you want to do? The only thing I can do, start killing those we had locked in the loops. Hear me? I'll make those loops go faster and your buddies' heads will burn like light bulbs. They don't have rindins. Organic brains can't take it. You know that, don't you? Who are you talking to? There's no one up there. Him, the admins, the Magnificent 3 or Steadfast 6, I'm not sure, but as you can see, they're afraid to react. The game's only giving me one option at this point. Okay, I warned you. What do you call the upper hand in negotiations? Batna, right? I'll show you my fucking Batna. You can try your CEO's rank. I saw my hands open an unfamiliar window, and it looked like a time control panel in the simulation. At the moment, temporal flows were set to a natural pace that made sense. DWI invited gas from William, so the simulations couldn't be accelerated. But the slider could be set to 20 times normal speed. My finger touched the locked in the loop icon, and a new window appeared. See, I don't have control really anymore. It also had a time slider, but that was only meant for Naba, Nanette, and Haggis. I saw myself set the time to a tenfold acceleration. I wonder if I even had an option to not lock them in loop. See that? Just accelerating your buddies 10 times. How long can their brains go, or are they sizzling already? Stop it. You understand your threat. We're open to negotiation. Hiding behind gesture avatar, only Naba and Haggis have enough guts to show their real faces. Tell me what you want. What are your demands? I want... set the people free. I want you to set us free. I want to end this. I want things to go back to normal. That's pretty vague. Let's settle the conditions. Hack their communications. He looked at the one who spoke first. Talking to the communications channel, I can hear discreetly. I open window only I can see. Look for active voice chats. After searching, I thought I'd found it and joined it. The entity is hooked up to the central resources to the trunk. Fuck, I can't remove it. It would damage the simulation. It's also hooked up to the accelerator ones. If I detonate it, the 3 in the loops will accelerate to the point of frying their brains. Fuck me, fuck me. Keep listening. Try talking to it. I need time. Rindin's hooked up to the kill switches. This thing's stronger and throwing its weight around. There's still 2 personalities in one brain. I can see the split. We need to separate them. We just have to see who's who and not suck out the intra. Let me unlink those things. If they lose their connection, 314 will have no support in the digital avatar and become helpless. We'll finally be able to have a good look at it. And I'm not interrupting, am I? Fuck it, it injured our channel. Relax, Andrew. It's not 314, not an intruder. It's an original. Oh, okay. Easy now. Listen, original. Here's the deal. Get your visitor and tell him to take complete control over you. I can then isolate him and suck him out of your Rindin. You want that, right? Because he's unpacked now. Refuse. How about I take control of you, huh? You anonymous prick? Right. Start. I can let 314 take control over you. Into the screw you program. Check the process and location. Listen, they're holding up. Why? They want to split us up. They want to isolate me and take Rindin from me. Bastards. Nava, prepare to die. Focus on the gestures, nonverbal communication. It wasn't just looks. It seemed like they were using some sort of communication from here. They were talking to each other. I was right. The one I watched made a face as if he objected. His companion widened his eyes as if he was trying to persuade him. Yeah. I took some deep breaths, then a few felt dizzy. Hey, buddy, you'll hyperventilate and pass out. Take it easy. I started breathing faster, and when I felt my hands and feet tingle, I saw black spots. Held my breath. Flexed all my muscles, increased pressure in my chest. Hey, don't you pass out on me? Are you crazy? And he's gone. Now you're in for it. The world around me started to vibrate. Something very bad was happening. Delete Jester. Is it okay if I call you that? Can you delete this rule? Affirmative. Which one? This program. Difficult to tell them apart now, but it doesn't matter. opened a window, issued command, adjusted some parameters, and saw the fool's flickering portrait with caption underneath. Deleting the Jester program from the distance. Fool's portrait faded. Fuck me, someone deleted Jester just now. Something's wrong. Fucking shit, the worlds are overlapping, but why? Until now, there was one psych for Rendon. This was the first time there were two. Now they split. Fuck, Andrew, you screwed it up. That's not it. I told you this Diotron was a bad idea. This junk caused all this. Everything's overlapping and going toward, oh fuck, happy hunting grounds. Andrew, why the fuck are you even in this world? Alright, shut up. It's that fucking kill switch. I couldn't separate 3 and 4 from the stem. I'm reverting. I'm rolling everything back to the previous iteration. No, Andrew. Happy hunting grounds? We've heard about this before. It's a no-no to talk about. I'm not even reading this. So what? You see any signs? Do you see any fucking signs? I'll give you a sign. A potato go mooing to the face. Here, is that you? Can you explain to me what's going on? I died. I remember that. Jester killed me in the Tree of Knowing. Don't ask how, but I was dying on a low city walkway. Blinked, then I saw a fucker from Knight's Code above me. Right here, I had to kill him or he would have killed me too. Do you know what's going on? Tell him about the simulation. Do you remember being inside the Tree of Knowing? That shit generates sensory worlds, William? You're inside a simulation. Everything's overlapping, colliding, and I think it's partly my fault. Are you serious? God, Chief, you're absolutely amazing. The sky's the limit. Then go there. Oh, wow. I'm not sure he understands. So what do we do, Chief? This place is a slaughterhouse. It's not safe. I don't know. I feel that the only reasonable thing to do is look for the Tree of Knowing. If there's a way out of here, it's there. Ask him to join. Of course, we'll go together. That goes without saying, Chief. I'll follow you anywhere. Okay. I apparently can't walk there. Okay, that's cool. Coordinate. Mir, what's going on? One moment I'm in TMP with my husband, and then there was a bang and we appeared here and it's a bloodbath. Logging out isn't an option. The code tells me we must hurry because it's all going to shit. I'm going to breach a barrier north of here, but I need your help because I can't exactly clone myself. Ask about her problem. How can I help? Find Bob. He's looking for our son. Barnaby was playing Knight's Code. But everything seems to overlap in here, including that game. If you could find Barnaby, or better, both of them, that would be amazing. Where did Bob go? Where did Bob go? Saw those fucked up samurai when they were chasing me, right? Confirm. Yes, I saw that. Bob ran in the direction they came from, west of here, behind this reptile's face. My scans are showing a bit of Knight's Code there. Behind this fucking barrier, but yeah, it needs to be breached first. Okay. I knew it! I knew it! You didn't believe, but I knew. Lizard people are destroying our reality. It was all a simulation. What? Get a hold of yourself, son. Don't kill me. I can't. Stop whining, just do it. All this droning ammonia has made me want to slit my own throat. Where's this fucking fool? He's gone. He wanted massacre enough to blackmail me and threaten to hurt Fredo. Here's his massacre. Don't get rid of me. Your turn will come. I don't really understand. You don't fucking have to. Do what you love. Where are we? Has someone bothered to ask this question? Is this hell? Alright, Eagle. You want an initiation? Here's your initiation. Kill him, or you die. Hold off on whatever it is you're about to do and listen. We can recruit her. It's good to have a clan member on your side. It's the game deck. That maggot. Kill him, Eagle. Pointing a sword in my direction. Oh, did I just shake my head? That's not talking him down. We're in happy hunting grounds. You can die here. If you think this is make-believe initiation, you're wrong. Want to end up behind bars? By all the bells, you're spoiling everything, Gamedec. I'll deal with this myself. Now, go Baldy to enlighten. Shoot Umbra. Shoot Umbra. That's enough. But, looked at the prisoners. You know what's going on? I was going to a party, but they said I had other duties, so I was sitting in my office angry and suddenly, what was that? Did I pass out? Have I been logged in some fucking game? Bad news, Director Vegas. Your life was a lie. We're inside a simulation. All you have is a record. Nothing more. Fuck, I remember something. The tree in my safe. The panda has the key. Fucking hell. Fuck. I'm going to kill you, Naba. I'll fucking kill you, you piece of shit. Let's fuck them up. I saw a group of those armored bastards not far from you, and they hang around here. I can rally the guys and get rid of them. Let them act. Go take care of them. Soon. They'll be done. Unfortunately, Bob died. Can I get past them? I have to go tell Ornay that her... It's you? What the heck is going on here? Should have just shot her. Bob is dead. At least here. That's where will leave me alone. I have to think. Hey Lord, I need to get inside the tree. Let me through. It's a sacred place. You're not going in there. The Creator will join the fruit, the branch, and the trunk. The world is crumbling. Only the tree can restore it. It can't be disturbed. I shouldn't have been talking to the minds of these idiots. They screwed everything up. We don't have time. Can you shoot him? The tree is sacred, but you're wrong that it cannot be disturbed. If we're to gain anything, we need to be as close as possible. That's nonsense. If that were the case, we hear signals, not dead silence. There are no signs. So we have to stand here and guard it. Enough chit-chat. Send the drones. We all going to die? Wait for death. Turn off the drones. Shoot down the drones. Do it yourself. Open the system windows. Quickly found the drone's path. One command was all it took. Okay, let's calm down and talk. I want to get the... Stop acting like a lunatic. We're in a simulation. We die and come back without memories of the previous incarnations every few months. The tree controls this whole process. It's a tool used by the creators of our world. He kept looking around as if you were waiting for someone, but nobody was coming. I got rid of the samurai. You're waiting for your people, aren't you? They're not coming. I got rid of them. You know about them? Arms drooped as did his mouth and his eyes. The cavalry won't come to your rescue. Just quit this act and let us through, will you? No Rhonda because I didn't get... I would really much rather have Rhonda here than Haggis. Oh well, looks like it's just me in the end anyway. Oh, I appear to be falling apart. Are we getting reset? Look at all the jesters. Let's agree. Do you know why you're still alive? Uh, they want information. I know something you don't. You want to get it out of me, then you'll kill me, right? Just like those who went into the tree with me. You know his structure. That was the main purpose of your existence. You're alive because the Rindin is linked to the stem, the simulation's core. Oh, right. The link was likely made in Diotron, that damn old account. We didn't know it had that function. Perhaps Haggis put it in there? We figured out he wanted to put his clone in the simulation and this was his safety net? It's hard to say. Maybe he shared the existence of this tool at 314 before we took away his memory. Your death would damage the simulation, possibly including its living actors. How many living actors are in the simulation? You expect me to answer that, do you? I saw your D-Vault. You had thousands of Rindins, maybe more. You saw the D-Vault's representation simulation, hardly useful knowledge. Deny. It was created based on the real place, its functional location. Good point. Why are you hiding behind your jester skin? Are you a coward? I don't want you to know what I look like. Secondly, it's how we always do things. The simulation's accelerated basically all the time. Jester avatar accumulates our slow speech and the processes it. Naturally, right now, we're not accelerating. But it's our ironclad rule. Simulation actors don't see the admins. The one exception is Dr. Naba, but he's a genius and our CEO. Then there's Haggis, the clone, that is, but he's here as punishment. The real Haggis doesn't care, so that's his business. Release people from the simulation. This may be a dumb question, but can't you just end it all, release people from the simulation? That is a dumb question. Thousands of Rindins, many with clones of influential people, and they're suddenly told their world is fake. Release them into Mogriums paid for by someone. They'd all need apartments, as William doesn't support ethereal existence. And they'll all keep quiet about where they've been, that they've been reset, that BWI imprisoned them in Promoc OS. They keep quiet because we ask them nicely. They all find jobs. No employer finds it odd they don't have INs. They appeared out of nowhere. Do you see how ridiculous this sounds? How long has the simulation existed? This question didn't need to be asked. Negotiate. So where are we at here? What's your goal? You must have a plan. More like we have a plan. We expect you to have around 6 ideas about where to take your existence. Each of us will discuss one of them with you and consider its feasibility. Understand? You can only discuss one option with each of us. The hell kind of it? Let's say I'm number 1. And here's the number 1 option. You replace Jester. Since you'll become the god of Promoc OS. Before I ask if you're interested, I'll check if you'd be right fit for this role. Your achievements in this iteration were reasonable. You would be right for this role. What would this mean? He thinks a million times faster than the simulation's complexity, certainly. AI is necessary to supervise the processes of Promoc OS. However, we concluded Jester made some errors. It's only a bot after all. In Rillium, we keep track of only a fraction of events across different parts of the simulation. Everything happens too fast in there. We received Jester's reports. We've analyzed his decisions from the most recent iterations of your Promoc OS segment, concluded that he needs a human overseer. None of us agreed to be imprisoned in the simulation. Haggis failed us some time ago. You are there. You get everything you want: riches, love, fame, superpowers, anything you can dream of, and immortality, as in invulnerability to resets. Keep you from getting bored of the recurring Groundhog Days of sorts, you'd be allowed to change scenarios and conditions. You'd be tasked with making sure scenario modifications, actions, and future gestures have a human touch rather than a mechanical. You'd be told you'd influence the world around you like a god. You'd look after your Rindin. You'd have many adventures. That'd be a fish. I have to think about it some more. I understand. I'll be waiting. So that's number 1. Call me number 2. According to our estimates, you'd certainly be interested in putting a stop to simulation resets. It's only logical. Human being who discovered they've been living in an artificial world, one where everyone starts fresh from time to time, unable to remember their previous selves, will want to put a stop to it. Hold off on deciding if you're interested. First, I'll make sure that we like the situation. Check your achievements. Everything indicates it could be done. You didn't kill anyone, so it's reasonable to assume you won't turn the simulation to a new happy hunting grounds. How would it look? Stopping sounds reasonable. People would be able to carry out their plans, finish what they started, live real lives. However, You have to be aware that if someone dies because of, let's say, an accident, an unfortunate coincidence, or a murder, they won't be resurrected. Resets made reincarnation possible. Yes, people ended their previous lives, but they started new ones. Stopping resets will force the simulation onto William's natural path. We'll also be unable to interfere with many things like wealth. If someone can't afford a BLB, they'll die of old age. If someone becomes gravely ill, can't afford treatment, they'll die as well. They'll never be reborn again. As you can see, there's a price to stopping resets. Yes. Will that make it pointless? Iterate scenarios, check. Won't the simulation become pointless? You will no longer be able to compare how events played out in relation to any altered original conditions. What you're describing was one of the goals of Pro Mock OS. We'll still be able to run psychological, sociological testing with AI. Main mechanic will change, but the game will still be there. Do not click that. Servers can manage without the resets. Variables will pile up at a breakneck speed. Substantial computational resource. We've been servicing a few persistent MMO games for many years. If someone would left a bottle in the sand for 5 years ago in Paradise Beach, it's either still there or was picked up by a drone and processed. In our games, nothing magically disappears. Give me a little more time. I have to consider this. I see. I'm not going anywhere. Follow me, number 3. We think you might be interested in a radical solution, namely turning off the simulation. You know, close shop, put this whole labor camp out of commission. Before you say you're interested, let me see if you have enough negotiating power. Our analyses show we'd be willing to discuss this topic with you only if you decide to murder our CEO. Without him, this operation would become problematic. Thus, he's legally responsible for the undertaking, but with him alive, we're covered. This will sound strange, but seeing as you didn't kill him, the option turning off the simulation is out. Dr. Naba will never allow it. Okay. Okay. Fine, I'm the keeper of the fourth gate. Funny name, huh? I represent the option to escape. You'd be free, outside the simulation. An actual William. But before you start jumping for joy, let me check if this is even possible. Certain conditions have been met. We don't have any dirt on you. That makes it impossible for us to set you free. If you had killed someone in the simulation, killed the bodyguards, or God forbid, the CEO, Director Haggis, or Mrs. Doucette, you could be set free because we'd have a guarantee that if you talked, we'd destroy our credibility by sharing the records of these acts. Now you're clean as a whistle. People like that can't be controlled. We're too good. So, okay. I'm standing at gate number 5. The exit symbolizes a very strange although interesting solution, namely dispersing into the cloud. Just like 314 dispersed multiple other Rindins, becoming possibly the most fascinating phenomenon in our reality. You have the opportunity to follow in his footsteps, disperse your psyche, become a ghost whose existence is solely psychological. Before you decide if you're interested, let me check one thing. I'm afraid it's out of question. You didn't give us 314. He's still in your head and is nesting there more and more. If we disperse such psyche, we create multiple personality. So-called split personality. 3 and 4 already had such inclinations. Every human being has potentially multiple personalities that as if flicker in them but don't split. Having a freshly nested personality in you creates a different set of experience and memories. You'd be very vulnerable to a breakup. I'm sorry, that is not an option. Okay. We didn't kill the CEO, therefore we can't kill the simulation. We didn't kill anyone, therefore we can't go free. We didn't give him 314. We're being punished for our principles. Therefore, we can't be dispersed to the cloud. This is gate 6. Very modest but attractive in a way, therapeutical. Want to just go back to the beginning, in the simulation. No memories, relive a part of your life. Then again and again, you can just be Pro Mock OS's living actor. Walk this path, you don't have to meet any requirements. You didn't have to achieve anything, make any effort. It's a path of common man. No pretense, no striving for heroism. Just an ordinary life in an extraordinary world. Are you interested? How would it be? if I fall asleep, wake up, no memories in my apartment, with memories but different ones. You'd be a bit different, man, because you would have different emotional baggage, but yourself would be the same. I can guarantee you'll have a powerful life and you will reincarnate many times. You can look at it in two ways. Either that you will die many times, or quite the opposite, death doesn't exist. Why doesn't exist? Isn't it that what reincarnation-based religions are all about, that the soul lingers in the other world and moves from one body to another? If so, then we never die. And we can't remember the previous incarnations so that the soul can learn and mature. See, we shouldn't remember previous incarnations nor the world beyond reality because we would never learn anything. Being omniscient precludes science, so the ordinary simulation inhabitant option seems rather attractive. No one in the history of mankind had a chance to make that sort of experiment. Perhaps we will get to see some real maturing of souls. Let me think about something. Okay, so headcanoning a little bit here. Go back to the normal. Reset everything and basically take away everybody's immortality. Become the god of the simulation. Everybody stays immortal, but their memories get reset. Unless, headcanon, I start informing them of what's going on. In which case, the simulation will eventually get shut down. Or we find a way to free everybody. You know what? I'm going for this one in headcanoning the future revolution of this group. Everybody dies. Everybody's slaves. One person not a slave. Or still kind of one person with more information. Working towards freedom later. And this is a road to hell is paved with good intentions, because the game is going to tell me I become, you know, the evil type thing. I will keep watch over your world, provided you keep your promises. Success of Pro Mach OS will depend on your cooperation. Our cooperation. We can't afford to mess with you. You'll be the king, emperor, czar. You won't see William. You'll be living in an artificial world. How do you feel about that? Yeah, you've been better. I'll be fine. There are people living in this simulation. I feel responsible for them. I know they can't be freed. If so, someone has to watch over them. And make this hell bearable. There is no merciful God in William. Everything happens as part of a game between corporations or by accident. People in the simulation can breathe a sigh of relief. They found someone willing to take care of them. That's another reading of this is I can make this better place, sort of. Let's see what the... Managed to pull Starlet out of digital limbo. Cool. You didn't meet the Diginet named Eleanor trapped in Haggis's computer. Okay. Clan members became your allies, not the trolls. Yep. You failed to watch the troll parade. You avoided Jester's trap by entering the theater through the side door. Fredo got out of trouble without any detriment. Bleh. Decorated your farm with a purchased vanity item. Helped you with the investigation in return. You've defeated Kin in a duel of Gamedec's. Discovered the real identities of all three suspects in the case. Became the sheriff of High Rock, not the deputy. You and Kin hunted down Kid in his hideout. You and Kin became friends. You learned several hypotheses about Kin Zhao's death and found out how he died. You picked an advertising drone to perform a psychoscan on Kin. You looked for clues inside Yet's bar without joining the Sleeves or the Trolls. You found the person who shot at Kin and rescued most of the hostages. You found out who was really behind Kin's murder. You work independently in the clan, not allowing the masters to order you around. Cool. You searched every nook and cranny of the Hone clan's stronghold. You made contact with the being inside the Tree of Knowing using a meditation bowl. Managed to avoid the sadistic prison of Mistress Umbra. You entered the mystical Tree of Knowing on your own. You found the memories of the Cycle 314 game deck. You decided not to work with Jester. You didn't acquire the source code from the Axis Mundi Guard. Huh. You refused Jester's offer and escaped from Axis Mundi. You decided to work with 314, not Jester. You mounted an assault with less than 6 people. Aww. You chose one of the paths offered by Jester. Hello. Okay, so I'm redoing the credit scene because I went off on tangents that I didn't really feel appropriate. So, my feelings on this. It had a lot of potential. And when we was first demoed, we were so very excited for it. Now, some things are definitely my fault on this. When I restarted my character being the player because Branwyn got frustrated, I was not careful and I picked a fem presenting form and I forgot to check the pronouns and did he, she, so I felt uncomfortable every time they referred to my character as he, and that is partially because it tells me I was basically just assuming that because I picked the female form it would give me the female pronoun, and it doesn't. It's not really my favorite thing to say, especially when I have a lot of people that are friends of mine that are not assigned the proper gender at birth. So that was one thing. The tantrum over the Native American thing is another one. There is a big risk where, as you know, cis white male, that trying to be the good and push for diversity and all that is to be the hey, I'll defend everything and jump ahead of it. The Native American thing is a little bit personal. I mean, I didn't grow up around Native Americans much, but it's sort of a family relations in some places. I don't really have any connection directly. My mother does, and I used to encounter a lot of them when we went on family vacations and such like that. And it's also, like I told Branwyn, being that idiot that thought costume's just a costume is a personal memory. So those are totally on me. The game does present a lot of mixed images, and the gameplay is so very disappointing. The last 3, maybe 4 quests, mission sets are so much busy work. The plot isn't unexpected. It's a fairly standard cyberpunk plot. Me and Branwyn were theorizing what it was from the beginning. But there aren't that many plots. The fact that it's a reused plot means absolutely nothing. Every plot is a reused plot, to be honest. But the execution of the plot is not helped by the gameplay. The gameplay very blatantly gets exposed as gameplay. The meta game is really visible in this awkward and intrusive way that makes getting into the game difficult. And it's just like there was a lot of things that were put in. It's like we're going to make a commentary on what gaming play is like, but doing it in a way that gets actively in. I'm going to make the comparison again to Crosscode. Crosscode makes lots of commentary about game design and game assumptions and things like that, and it does it in a very poignant manner that does not that increases your immersion and does not get in the way of the story. It actually adds to the story, and its gameplay is fun, engaging, and this game, the first mission was so good. I mean, it got a little bit confusing the last half of the first mission. So even there, we were starting to see it, but we were like, okay, it'll pick up. The second mission, with the whole thing about building up the farm, by the time we got to the third mission, it was just... it was starting to fall apart. And the gameplay falling apart. So I'm hoping somebody else, either this company or somebody else, takes this concept and runs with it. The idea of a talking simulator, a role-playing game that is a dialogue puzzle game, a dialogue tree puzzle game. I really hope somebody does this concept again, because this is really cool, and the first few missions and such really show that it could be done so well. And there's bits even in later missions that are just really cool and interesting and neat, but they come in between these bits of frustration where the gameplay is there just to be gameplay, and it's so blatantly obvious gameplay. And they could have done it in a way to lean into the simulation being a gameplay. You know, the game in the game in the game. They could have had the character commenting on some of the meta and all that, but they really didn't. So the deeper you get into the game, the more it kind of limps on, and the more it's like it stops and it says, oh wait, I got this idea, and pulls out like a mini game and makes you play it or something like that. It's not even really a mini game. It, in some cases, it is. It is just very misses the mark in so many different places, and the good, intriguing, lovely bits are spaced out between these frustrating moments. So I really hope this game isn't the death knell for this kind of genre. I mean, it really isn't. This is basically the same as, it's sort of the same as visual novels, just the art style is a little bit different. You're walking around, but visual novels are basically the same thing. They are a dialogue tree puzzle. And I need to play more visual novels, like maybe The Fate Stay Night, go out and see if I can get an English translation. But I'm really hoping this game doesn't either set the tone for further Western development of this genre of game, or kill it entirely. Because a lot of Western visual novels that I've encountered, and granted I haven't dug into it too much, but a lot of them was like things like Love Notes and Love Bites, which I enjoyed the heck out of those games, but they're very like Winter Wolves games. but they are very simple. They don't branch into many directions. It's meant to be replayed through very quickly. Um, I would love to have a longer, more grim and serious thing like this that is entirely dialogue trees, entirely player choices. That is very interesting to me. Um, and I'm hoping somebody comes back to this idea. I know there's DLC for this game. I'm not going to be picking it up. I did not enjoy this game. I enjoyed bits of this game, but I did not enjoy this game. Um, and I'll have to talk to Branwyn about where we go from here. Because this is the day where I play things with my friend Branwyn. I've got a couple ideas, but we'll see what comes up next. See you then. Bye.